Welcome to The Patty Show. My name is Patty Setiatti, and in this podcast, we'll explore the crossing point of the three P's: passion, pleasure, and positivity, and how they can lead you to your own personal paradise. We'll chat with inspiring guests, share practical tips, and dive into stories that will empower you to live your best life. Let's get the Patty Party started. Welcome back to The Patty Show, everybody. Woohoo! Yes. Oh my goodness, yes. Great. Studio audience has a lot of energy, a lot of giggles, a lot of fun. Thank you, studio audience. Welcome, y'all. It's episode 73 of The Patty Show. The power of playing. You know we love our alliteration in The Patty Show. And speaking of P, I'm your host, Patty Setiatti. You know, I'm so blessed to be here. I get to show off very multi-passionate people that I have the pleasure of connecting with that bring positivity to the world and share their personal paradise. Arigato. Look at that. I'm getting better at that intro more and more. 73 episodes, guys. It's a blessed time. Before we continue on this episode, just want to shout out my girl Mary Park on the previous episode. We like to call her Makgeolli Mary. She put me onto this amazing Korean drink. It's like a rice wine. It looks like milk a little bit, and you actually drink it out in a bowl. Funny enough, yeah. And it's only like 3% alcohol.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. It's only 3%, but it feels like 30% if you start drinking the whole bottle. Because I drink a couple.
10 of them, it
Yes.
becomes
Shout out to our lawyer sister over there, Mary. She was opening up on how she almost got married this year, but things changed, and she's doing amazing things. So proud of you. Thanks for sharing. We'll have you soon again on The Patty Show. And, you know, what an amazing guest. So inspired by you. And speaking of inspired, I have another inspirational woman on The Patty Show today. Joining me today, she is the fun, expressive dancer that not only is a voice actor, vocalist, writer, choreographer, actor. Again, what doesn't she do? Okay? She's also a proud mom that makes our Indonesian people, our island people, all the island people actually, little teaser, very proud with all that she does. Like I said, I could have kept going with the list, y'all. Okay? I had the honor, the privilege of acting alongside her. And shout out to the Society Aja people out there. We love you guys, cast, crew, everybody. Eventually, we're going to have you on The Patty Show. You know, I was trying to get Joy on it, but she's in Indo right now. So hope you enjoy. Enjoy. Get it? You know? Yeah, they were just so full of joy, laughs, and positivity. I wish it was longer. Those 2 days felt like, it's crazy. We were talking about it earlier. But
That's
give
amazing.
it up for the legendary island queen herself. Emiko how do you say my name?
Saraswati.
Saraswati Susilo.
Thank you.
Arigato.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming to The Patty Show.
I'm so excited to be here. I'm so honored and so excited to be here. Thank you.
We're so grateful. We're so grateful. If you could give a little self-intro, you know, background, hobbies, passions, how we know each other. Do your thing. Do your thing.
Well, first of all, we know each other from doing Sasa Ada, which was an amazing short film. And it was so beautifully written. And it was incredible to act alongside you. So we were husband and wife, which is wild.
Yeah.
It's wild because literally you're young enough to be my son. Like literally.
Even though she's 35.
Exactly.
You know, she looks 35.
Exactly. We're just going to say 35.
Yeah, 35.
Yeah,
Asian don't raise in out here. You know, that's the secret. What's the secret to stay so young, though? Tell
you're
me.
so sweet. I appreciate that.
No, but legitimately, when I first met, I was like, wait, she's going to play my sister? You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay. But what's the secret? How do you stay so youthful? Just not even just the energy, but also even like, you know, everything. Skincare, tell me everything.
Oh,
Spill
you're
the
so
beans.
sweet.
Spill the beans.
First of all, that's the sweetest thing ever. But I think it is a lot about like what we're talking about today. About having passion, being playful, being joyful. Honestly, I am feeling a lot of contentment as I get older, which I wasn't expecting. When I was younger, I used to really feel bad for people who were older. I was like, oh man, those old people, like I feel bad for them.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, you know what? I feel calm. I feel centered. I feel grateful. And I feel like when we just allow ourselves to be like that, be in that space and not like always feel like, oh, we need more. We need to be doing this better, blah, blah, blah. You know, that's like really stressful and that weighs on you. And so I don't know. I feel like just allowing ourselves to feel gratitude and enjoy life and be with people we love, be with people who are kind and joyful themselves. It's really important. And honestly, I've learned that there have had to be some toxic situations I've had to let go of, and that has really, it's been such a weight off of my shoulders.
I gained 10 years after that.
100%. I'm not even kidding.
I feel that though. I'm 27, so I feel
you literally could be my child.
Which is, also, that whole process was just crazy because the makeup. Oh my goodness! Shout out the whole team. Like, I don't know how we.
You were in makeup for so long, bro. It was like hours.
I know it was just that whole project. It should be coming out 2026, hopefully. Yes, right? I think so.
I think so. Yeah,
it should be. So when everyone sees it, it's gonna be a good time. But yeah, it was a super fun process. Everybody was just so welcoming. Yeah, like I said, the 2 days felt like we were there for like 2 weeks, 2 months. Everybody, like the cast, crew, it was just wholesome. I don't even know how to.
It's very wholesome.
Like, so even though, like, my skincare got messed up because I had to fit. I don't know. There was one part. My hands were too young.
Yeah.
For a shot, and I'm like, thank you.
That was so funny. We had to put makeup on your hand.
Yeah. I was like, I'm like, okay. Usually,
like that smooth skin is not gonna do it.
Every time I think I'm getting older, I'm reminded I'm still a baby. So that's shout out to that. Shout out to the people out there. We appreciate you. But speaking of your younger days, you were born in Hawaii?
Yeah.
Yes. Aloha,
Oh, I keep hitting the microphone.
That's okay. That's the passion.
I'll stop.
That's the passion. Yeah. So Hawaii, where in Hawaii, and what was the life like there? I've never been.
So I was born in Honolulu, and I was born there, but then we moved to LA when I was very young. And my father lived there. My parents separated when I was like 1. I always say I was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Like, we're too stressed, girl.
Cannot go on.
Come on now. So cute.
But my father lived there. And so I would go back and visit him, and I actually went to graduate school there. I went to University of Hawaii.
Asian studies?
Yeah. So I love Hawaii so much. Like, if I had to choose a place to live for the rest of my life, that would be it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I haven't been yet.
I love Hawaii. You need to go.
I'll probably fall in love.
You know what's crazy? Is when we go to Hawaii, you get off the plane and like you look like everyone else. It's an incredible feeling to just like blend in with everyone, because everybody's like, I don't know, just all different shades of everything and so diverse, and it's just a beautiful mix of people. So I love Hawaii.
Wow, that's I gotta move over there now. This one, maybe that's my next adventure.
Yeah,
that would be amazing. Wait, so your dad was also a professor?
Yeah,
over there. Okay,
he was a professor of music and ethnomusicology at University of Hawaii in Manoa. Wow. So he taught gamelan and a lot of different theory classes as well. But he's so amazing. Wow. Yeah, he was very respected and loved as gamelan teacher. One of the first gamelan teachers in the country, actually.
Wow, fun fact.
Yeah.
What? 50s?
Yeah.
In the 50s?
Yeah, it was like a long time, the 1950s.
Whoa, I was like, well, I wasn't even a thought.
I know you were not even a thought.
I was born in 98. So
yeah.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
So yeah, he was a beautiful teacher, and so many of his students are still around and themselves teaching. And
that's what I love when like tradition gets passed along and all that stuff. It's such a powerful thing, and especially with the gamelan. For the people that don't know, what is that art form? Tell us more about it, because I know you know a lot.
Yeah, well, gamelan. Well, I'm still learning. First of all, gamelan is a beautiful form of music from Indonesia, mostly in Java and Bali. Other places in Indonesia, different parts of the world, have things that are connected to gamelan. But the music that I am closest to is gamelan from Java and from Bali. My father taught Javanese gamelan. My husband teaches Balinese gamelan, and I've been involved with both, but especially Balinese gamelan since I was very young. So it's an ensemble form of music. It's a lot of percussion. There are bronze instruments, but there's also drums. There's also flutes. There's some stringed instruments and vocal work as well. It's an important cultural tradition, but it's an evolving tradition. So like it's a creative tradition, especially in Bali. People often think of traditional music or traditional culture as something that's static, but it's really very dynamic.
And evolving, ever-changing.
Always evolving, very creative. And one of the most amazing things about it that I really love is the interconnectedness of all the musicians. And I distinctly remember the moment when I was like maybe 18 or 19. I was studying with my teacher, Pat Midianto, in Berkeley. And we were playing gamelan, and I had like notation, and I'm like trying to remember, and then I'd get lost over the what. But there was a moment when all of a sudden I could hear everything.
Wow, that must have been so wild.
It was incredible. It was like a whole new universe of awareness, because I could hear everything everyone was doing in the room, and I could hear what I was doing, and I could hear how I could fit in with everybody.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It was like finding your place in the world, but it was in the musical context. I can still remember it, exactly what it felt like. It was unbelievable. So the kind of idea of working together and interconnectedness that is so much a part of gamelan is beautiful. It's inspiring. It's a really kind of core value of my life, honestly.
That's a really good principle to live by. And it reminds me of how Indonesia likes to say, Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, was it diversity?
Unity
in diversity.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that one. Because especially, I was from born in Connecticut, so not Hawaii, completely different.
Connecticut's amazing.
Yes, not as diverse though. See, that's the difference. That's the difference. When you said you walk, so it's complete.
You don't walk out there and look like everybody?
Definitely not. I mentioned it in one of my episodes, actually. Yeah, they, because I look very Asian. Just to get bullied a lot because of that, But that fueled me to realize that we're more connected than we think. Because when I was traveling more and more, when I went to Sweden and to Thailand, you realize everyone just wants to live a happy life, have a good laugh, listen to music, maybe play games, and I love that saying because it always reminds me it's literally one race. It's like the human race. We're all man, that's the bar right there. I'll clip that later. So the human race, everybody, unity.
It's true though.
It's really true because we're all more connected than we think.
It's true.
It's such a powerful thing, and I just love that saying because it always sticks into my head. I'm like, oh wow, I went to school for 2 years in Indonesia. That's very wonderful.
Yeah.
Did you end up going to school in Indonesia, by the way?
I did actually. It was about a year and a half. Okay. I mean, I've lived there for long periods of my life, but after I finished college, I went on a program called the Dharma Siswa.
Oh, what's that? I might have to join that one.
The Dharma Siswa is a really cool program. It's actually through the Indonesian government, and you go and you study at a university there, and you actually enroll as a student. So I was like a university student.
Wow, okay.
Dharma Siswa students have their own program, but at that time, which was a long time ago, we basically were going to take whatever classes we want. So I took gamelan classes, I took dance classes, I took makeup classes and history classes. And
what university was it?
It was STSI Denpasar at that time.
Oh, you was okay.
It's now ISI Denpasar, but it's the Institute of the Arts in Denpasar in Bali.
Man, I might have to do that because I love Bali.
You should do it. You would love
the program's still going?
Yeah.
Oh, well, 2026 might be the year I'm there now.
It's an amazing program. I mean, I should say that, any meaningful thing is not easy. I honestly think that's true.
No, absolutely. I agree.
So, there were times that were very challenging for me. I was, for the first time living in Indonesia, I was maybe 22, so I was pretty young. And I spoke Bahasa Indonesia, but I had never actually lived in that place. But I'm Indonesian, right? So I kind of thought it was going to be easier. I'm like, why do I not, why is it hard to make friends? And why do I not understand what's happening? And how come I'm not feeling connected? But by the time I left there, I felt very connected. And I actually came back just before the holidays here. And it was incredible culture shock, because you don't really realize how much is happening in November, December in the United States. There's Christmas, there's Thanksgiving, there's all these holiday sales. And it's just insanity. People just buying stuff, and people eating a lot, and people there's just
overwhelming.
It's overwhelming. And when you've been away from it in a culture that is so very different, you come back to it. It's you see it again. I mean, it's kind of I saw it for the first time. because I had been away for a long time. So I think it's really valuable to spend time away, because it really challenges our assumptions about everything. So yeah, it was an incredible experience. It was very, very meaningful for me. Challenging in many ways. I would say the first 6 months were among the hardest 6 months of my life. But once I settled in, I didn't really want to come back. So
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
You and me had similar kind of, I guess, paths in that way, because I went back to Indo during COVID, like 2021, 2020.
Oh, wow.
Right after college. So I didn't have a job back then because, COVID, everything.
Oh, yeah.
I finally came, because I went to school in Indo from 2012 to 2013, 2014, right?
Wait, where were you in school?
I was there in Penabur in Kota Modern, Tangerang. Yeah. I was there for like 2 years. Shout out to my people out there. 7th and 8th grade, I know the craziest times.
Oh my
I know, yeah. Like the middle school,
middle
like,
school
puberty
there?
era. Oh man, woo! That was a tough era. I'm not gonna lie, I was learning a lot about myself,
Yeah.
But that one was crazy. And then I finally went back to the States for high school and college, and then COVID happened, and my mom and my youngest brother and my sister at the time, still there at the time, were in Indo the whole time. So I haven't visited them in a while. So I was like, hey, I'll plan a trip. But that whole trip is a whole long thing because, we can't be dual citizens, which sucks. Sucks as
let's
American.
Just say that again. It sucks. It's terrible.
I know. I did hear they're trying to do something that's kind of like a dual citizenship, but not.
It's like
really.
resident. Like you can have a residency.
It's an unlimited resident permits, and I'm like, at that point, just make me a citizen.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
That's a lot of political stuff. We don't like to get too political, but anyway, so obviously I couldn't actually go to Indo easily because I obviously already picked my my U.S. citizenship, and then I needed a visa, but a specific one because during COVID they didn't let any type of people come.
Oh, that's right.
Which was crazy. So luckily, I don't know if this is illegal to be honest, but it already happened, so I'm good now. My mom's best friend's friend was listening to like a WhatsApp conversation we were all kind of having about, Patty wants to go to Indo, but it's so hard because of the visa stuff. And then the friend in the back was like, oh, I think I can help with that, with this like random visa. I won't specify because I don't know if I'm going. Don't take me to jail. I want to go to school there. Indo. But yeah, so basically, some literally a distant disconnection from like friends of friends of friends.
Wow.
And then helped me out with the whole application. Everything was safe. And then I ended up staying in Indonesia for like 9-10 months.
Wow.
Went to like Kalimantan to see my uncle that's like a pastor in the forest. Shout out to him. Manado, where my mom's from. Saw some family over there. Of course, like Bekasi is where my mom kind of like was headquartered at. And then, of course, Bali, my favorite place in the world. But that's why when you said your favorite place to stay, I don't know. Bali's like I've been to Thailand.
Bali's pretty amazing. It's true. Bali's pretty amazing.
It's so like when I went there is when I like fell in love with travel too. That's when because I met so many people from like different walks of life. Like one of my closest friends is this Danish girl. Shout out to my girl Rika. Had a nonprofit in Indonesia helping all those people, and we got to do so many service trips. And then I met like one of my other friends. He's a personal trainer in Indonesia.
What?
Like,
how cool is that?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just like that place just brought the best out of me in the time where I felt like I had no direction because of like COVID. I didn't have a job. I didn't know what I was gonna really do like financially and everything. And it really it just reminded me how like life is unpredictable. Sometimes you just gotta, go with the flow and then see where it takes you.
Yeah.
And then I came back a couple times, and I don't have any kids that I know of. But let's just say I had a fun time. I love you, Mom. Don't watch this part. That's why I have my burner phone.
He has a burner. He does. That's true.
Yes.
He's like, let me get my other phone. I'm like,
it's for the self-tapes, for the self-tapes. And you know that because you are also an actor as well.
That's true, but I use the same phone for self.
She gonna put me on blast like shady, a little shady. Acting though. When did your acting career begin? So
I began dancing when I was very little. And, Balinese dance is very dramatic, and it's about, there's a lot of like story and like energy and emotion in it. So I learned about bringing emotion and kind of shape and nuance to a scene, basically, or a dance from the time I was I would say I was about 18 when I started to get to that part of my training. Before that, I was studying dance
15
and
years
movement.
ago?
Yeah, that was
15 years ago.
Maybe 16 years
16
ago.
years
Yeah.
ago? Okay. I got you.
But I didn't study acting itself until about 11 years ago.
Wow.
And that was voice acting. So I began with voice acting, which I love. I love voice acting.
I can tell the passion, because you guys got to check out her website, which is, what's the website again?
It's just emikosusilo.com.
Yes. Some of those clips, I was like, wait a minute, girl. I was like, what? Like the little slight accent change and stuff. And then like, I love how you have like a whole section of environmental issues. Yeah. I was like, no, she's actually voice acting the good stuff, you know?
Right.
Because you could have just been doing like voice acting for, was it, a cigarette brand or something? I'm not going to lie. They do pay well. I haven't done it personally.
You heard.
I heard.
On your burner phone.
I know, on my burner phone. On my casting networks, I see. I'm like, it's 5,000.
That's right. No, it's true.
They pay good. But I try not to promote the stuff that I don't actually promote, you know? Because I believe it's not fair. But how did you get into that voice acting stuff? Like, who was the person that was like, you know, you should be a voice actor?
Okay, you know, the honest truth is, it was from watching, I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was this video of this dog. And it was like talking about maple bacon. And it was like a dog who's talking about the maple bacon. But he was talking to his owner. This is it was a long time ago. And it was just this close-up of this dog. And this voice actor had voiced like what he imagined the dog was talking to his owner about. The dog. Yeah, and I could not stop watching it. I thought it was the funniest thing ever, because the choices as an actor, we always have to make choices, right? That this actor had made in the sound of the dog's voice, in the words the dog was saying, and his emotional like arc of what was going on. And it sounds silly to say that because it was a dog, but you know, like this whole idea of creativity, for me, is often connected with not being like logical and precise and systematic. Sometimes it's about something really silly or really just like not realistic. And somehow that video of this dog talking, I was like, I want to do that. Like, I want to do stuff like that, you know, where it was bringing me like little bits of joy in, and it was also, you know, like in really like parts of COVID, which were really hard. There were a lot of actors who were doing amazing stuff. But anyway, so I began to study voice acting up in the Bay Area. And I had a lot of amazing teachers, and I'm very grateful to them. And at first I began just thinking of this as like a separate discipline. So like I had studied music, I had studied dance, and then like I was studying voice acting. And this amazing mentor I had, Jim Edgar.
Shout out Jim Edgar.
Jim Edgar is amazing. I remember I was having a session with him, and I was talking about an audiobook and asking him, how do you distinguish all these characters from one another? How do I remember 300 pages in the voice of this character?
And multiple characters. I was just about to ask that. That sounds crazy. Yeah, that's not easy.
And you can like make notes. You can make audio references for yourself, right? You can write things out. You can use colors. But he is so wise. And he said, well, in Balinese dance, like, do different characters have different movement? I was like,
wow, man, shout out to, wow.
It was an epiphany for me, because it made me realize that it wasn't a separate discipline. It was a different way for us to tell stories.
Express, right? Storytelling.
And it's all about like connecting again to our humanity. Who is that character? What story are they telling? Why is this important to them? And then, you know, who are they? Physically, who are they? And so because I had training in physical character work, you know, like certain characters carry their shoulders differently. Certain characters, you know, move their hands differently, or they have like tension, or they're just relaxed, or they move their head differently. And all of those things bring different sound. And as a voice actor, for me, when I was first beginning, I thought, I was like, oh, like you change the sound of your voice. But it's more than just the sound of your voice. It's like, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? Who are you?
What's the intention behind it?
What's the intention? And so once I was able to connect that to my movement training, then I began to be more interested in other kinds of acting as well. So that's kind of like, it was that moment when those paths came
Everything
together.
all came together. Wow.
Yeah, it was a very exciting moment for me. And then what has happened since then is I've really come to feel that my study of acting has influenced my work in dance as well. So it's now kind of going back the other way, where it's not just thinking about, it's not just thinking like, oh, this music, this character, this movement. It's about like, well, why is that character that character?
Asking
How did they get that way? Yeah.
Wow.
Why do they feel angry? Why do they feel happy? Why are they flirting? Who are they flirting with?
Who broke their heart? Who broke their heart?
Exactly.
Why are they acting some type of way? You know? Asking the right questions. Wow, shout out to your teacher over there, because that's a great way. And also like connecting it to something that you would get is such a powerful thing. Like any type of teacher, instructor, man, all the flowers to them. You know, all the and this is the flower section of the patio show. Flowers. I just want to give my flowers to you because, like I said, only 2 days on set, but I feel like I've known you for years.
I feel like that too.
You know, like the amount of laughs we had, I had to readjust my makeup the whole time because they're like, okay, the wrinkles are disappearing. I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Because we kept laughing so much, and then we'd have to be like angry. It was,
oh my god,
right?
Like
he was always joking around, and we get us laughing, and I have to be.
It's because I don't know if it's spoiled, but like basically the plot is like it's a. How would I say without spoiling? To be honest, I'm like, I don't want to.
Oh yeah, don't spoil it. Well, it's about family dynamics.
Family. Right? Something sad in the family happens, and they all have to confront it at the dinner table.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's a lot very emotional, heavy. It's maybe some comedy, a little bit, some like laughs here and there, but it's more dramatic. So
knowing Patty,
my goofball self, we always all laughing in like the dressing room, and but the best part is like we would all just lock in. Yeah, that's the thing. Just like okay, action, boom. Yeah, go straight into it. I don't think we even broke character during any of the crazy scenes. So like that's the professionalism, but also the fun. Like I legitimately it was enjoyed being on set, because it's one thing like when you're on set, it's still a job. Like you're still working, True. And then being with people that you genuinely care about and like want to have fun with and want to play with when it comes to the acting, because that's what it is. We're just playing around with these characters, Yeah. Never take it too seriously. It's such a blessing to be around people that you didn't know, let's say 5 minutes ago, and then it was like you said, we've known each other forever, because we're the same age. Yeah, exactly. Since we're only a couple of years apart. 35, Yeah, which means it was a totally appropriate match. Yes, it made. Yes, exactly. But speaking of your son is plays soccer.
Yes. So he's actually a ref now, and he's working on his pilot's license. Oh now. Pilot. So he's running more than playing soccer now, but he's reffing soccer, and he's also a pilot. He's a student pilot, but hopefully he'll be getting his license soon.
That's gonna be exciting. And he's like, free flights for mama.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Free flights
for mama. Oh my goodness. Oh god. The mom life though. How do you balance all of this while being a mom?
It's challenging, but it's also very rewarding. I have to say, I think it is. I was talking to my son about time management and about multitasking.
Oh yes.
And he was doing something. I was like, well, why don't you do 2 other things? He's like, I need to finish this thing first. I'm like, no, you don't. Just do this other thing while you're doing that. He's like, Mom, no. And I was realizing, like moms are often like washing the dishes, cooking dinner, reading the news, and also like managing their children's homework all at the same time.
Exactly. Make sure they also took their vitamin, like little
exactly,
stuff.
Right? So, you just learn to do the multitasking. Honestly, when my kids were, there was a substantial period of time when my kids were young. So my daughter's 25 now, and my son is 22. Honestly, from the time before they were born until my son was about 18 or 19, really every decision you make as a parent, or I made as a parent, was about them. Yeah. Where did we live? What were we eating? Where was I working? What kind of jobs was I doing? Right? What was I doing with my time? Where were our financial resources going? So in a way it was multitasking, but in a way it wasn't. It was very much focused on making sure they were safe, making sure they felt safe, making sure they were being connected to their own culture. That was really important to me. You know, it was more important to me than them going to, you know, certain schools. People want their kids to go to certain universities or do certain career paths. To me, it was much more important that they felt really grounded in being Indonesian.
Yeah, being proud of it too.
Yeah, you know, we're also Japanese American, but they are 75% Indonesian because my husband is Indonesian. So that was really important. And I think for me, it was helpful that there was clarity in my life, that my kids were the most important thing. It was kind of easy to make decisions because you would just go, boom, what is the best thing for the kids? Now, what is weird is when your kids grow up and then you're like, I'm not exaggerating. I went to the store. I didn't even know what kind of food I like to eat for breakfast.
Wow.
Because I had not thought about that for literally decades. And it's kind of weird. You kind of lose touch with a little bit of yourself and you kind of have to refine it. And, you know, for me, voice acting also has been really wonderful because it has been something I've been able to like pour my soul into. Yeah. Because as a parent, you kind of feel sad when your kids grow up, you know? It's like you love them so much and then they become more independent. And you don't want to always be like, oh, in their business, right?
Yeah,
like nobody wants that, right? So, you know, I feel that the arts have given me a lot of love, if that's possible. Yeah. And kind of helped me in this transition into my children being young adults.
And I think that's like a perfect transition too when it comes to like the whole art feeding you again, the perfect timing. You know, the timing is impeccable, as they say. You know, it's like, you know, kids, I need to find out what I need to do. And they're like, voice acting and all, you know, it's, art is just beautiful. Like all the forms and like,
it is beautiful.
We need more artists out there, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially, you know, I feel like in the Asian culture it gets a bad rap, you know, like the traditional, you know, my mom wanted me to be a doctor, you know, lawyer.
It's so
stuff,
true.
You know? A lot of pressure. And then now she got the podcast host. Love you, Mom. Love you, Mom. But I still do work in tech, so it's okay. You're balanced. It's all balance, you know. It's all balance. But no, that's such a beautiful thing, and I love how you mentioned how you like give the culture for the kids because I think that's a really important thing, and that's something I want to consider when I have my kids eventually. Don't have kids yet that I know of, but you never know. I get a random phone call. But that whole mix of cultures, we didn't even touch the Japanese parts. Yes. Tell me more about the whole Japanese part. You know, I'm not Japanese at all, Chinese, Indonesian, but I just love anime and, you know, the bowing and the whole culture. But tell me more about that side of you.
So my mom's side of the family is Japanese American.
Okay.
So I'm fourth generation, which is called Yonsei. So that means that my great grandparents were born in Japan, but my grandparents were born here. So like we've been here for a really long time.
Wow, okay.
And it's interesting, you know, because Japanese American culture is not the same as Japanese culture, obviously. And I love so many things about Japanese culture, but to be honest, it was challenging growing up because I'm half Japanese American. And at that time, 15 years ago, no, I'm just kidding. It was a long time ago. So there were not, like right now, there are many prominent Japanese people who are of mixed race, right? Like amazing athletes and just people who people know in the world, who I'm so excited to see in the world. But at that time, I was the only person I knew, except for my brother, who was half Japanese American and then half something else. And then, you know, we can be a little colorist. So I'm not like half white, I'm half Indonesian. And Indonesians are darker than Japanese Americans or Japanese folks, right? So there's that whole thing too, which I'm just being honest.
That's the reality of it.
That's reality.
I think that's what, I'm glad that you pointed that out because also I didn't realize that really until I moved to Indo too. That's the same thing too. I feel like it's like those, it's like, you know, we love Indonesia, all our countries and everything, but in the end of the humanity, also there's some bad sides into it too. There's a lot of like the colorism. I think is a really big thing. Like That's why they have those products that literally bleach your skin.
It's true. And it's terrifying.
It's crazy.
It's hard to get just regular sunscreen there.
I know, because it's like,
it's all
it has some crazy kind of whitening, extra. I remember, because I like being tan. Yeah, I don't know if I like being crispy. Everyone always thinks I'm like Samoan or something like that. Which I don't mind. I take it as a compliment.
Yeah, I feel like you can be Samoan for sure.
What's this? I don't know how to do it. I don't want to get canceled. But because I was in the bus. I remember it was like when I first moved to LA. I didn't have a car yet, so I was taking the bus and like the train and everything. So I'm on the bus, just chilling, relaxing, have my headphones in. This guy just like nudges me and he's like, "Hey man, let me guess, Samoan?" I'm like, oh man, I don't even know if I should respond to this. I'm like, nah, man,
no.
I'm Indonesian. He's like, okay. And he puts his headphone in. That's it. Like he just wanted to get it right. Like, I'll take it as a compliment. Random guy on the bus.
Yeah.
I hope you're doing well. But yeah, no, that colorism.
But it's true. It's true. You know what I mean? So it was challenging for me growing up. But again, this is one of the things like being an adult now. It's like I realized that that's other people's perception, or that's even my assumptions about what other people are feeling and thinking. And honestly, like I'm proud to be Indonesian. So if they have a problem with me being Indonesian, then I don't need to be their friend. Yeah. Honestly, right?
And you can't have our food. Okay.
You cannot eat spicy food.
For real.
But it's taken me a while to get to that point. Yeah. So there's so many things about Japanese culture that I love. And actually, I'm going to take taiko classes in January.
No way. That's the drum, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm so excited.
That's exciting. Oh my God. I used to love hearing the sound of it. Is just so good.
It's so amazing. So I'm really excited about that. By the time this podcast goes,
it should be already there.
This episode is out.
I'll be
taking taiko classes.
You got to put a little clip for us and then we'll...
Yeah. So it's never too late. That's what I think.
I think that's another thing too. Yeah, right. Like you said, they're never too late. You just gotta keep going. Especially you have the passion, the fire, the enjoyment of life. Just do everything and anything, you know.
And if you think you want to do something, you should do it. Like, don't worry about what. This is my new theme of my life. It's like, don't worry about what other people are thinking or what you thought people thought when you were 10 years old or 15 years old. Like that doesn't really matter. It's like, what are you passionate about? What do you want to be doing? What is calling you in your mind? Like, I've known I want to do this for such a long time.
Yeah.
Right? Just do the thing. Yeah.
You really inspired everyone out here with the fire. Right? Woo! My goodness, it's hot out here. It's hot out here. But like, okay, now let me ask you this then, right? What if it's someone that, like a family member, like a mom, dad, or sibling that like gives you that doubt? How do you shut that down? Because it's one thing to not listen to the haters, because I won't listen to the random people in the bus or whatever. I don't care about them. But if it's someone that genuinely like is looking out for me, and let's say I want to become a ballerina or something, I don't know. I could never. My feet are messed up. Don't look at us. That's on the OnlyFans. Patty Show podcast.
It's on the other phone.
I know that's on the other phone. That's how I fund the podcast. You know, the feet over here are crazy for ballet. But you know, like how do you like I guess handle and approach that, you know?
I mean, I think that's challenging, honestly. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. That's hard. That's the hardest thing because those people love us, right? Yeah. They're not doing it out of hate. At the same time, like I can say as a parent too, like I would never do anything to hurt my children. But have I hurt my children? Absolutely.
We're human,
definitely, right? Have I made mistakes? Absolutely. And so, like, I hope my kids don't hate me for that. I hope they know that my intention is always coming from a place of love. Yeah. But like, for sure, I've made mistakes. So for sure, I think the people around us who love us, maybe, you know, they've said things or kind of guided us in a direction that doesn't really fit, or maybe it's even harmful or toxic.
Yeah.
And, you know, I guess it's up to us to really like take 10 steps back and be like, okay, what is happening here? Like, what is this input I'm getting from this person? Like, is it something that's like feeling like it's like sometimes things can feel like they're just scraping away at your soul little by little. And then it becomes the voice in your head. Like you start saying that stuff to yourself. And like, that's the point when we have to be like, okay, look, like, what am I saying to myself? What is my own dialogue in my head? And if that's something that I've inherited or I've heard from somebody else, is that something I'd say to my best friend? This is what I say to myself, right? This is another amazing voice acting teacher, Johnny Gidcombe.
Wow.
Johnny Gidcombe, amazing. And he reminded us, like, what would you say to your best friend? Like, would you say those words? And there's so many things I used to say to myself. I'm like, I would never say that.
Yeah.
Not even to a regular friend, much less someone I love as my best friend. No. So, so we have to start to like, to control our own thought process, right? And like, we can take that input and know that it was given to us in love, or maybe it came from like the 20th century, which is a really long time ago, right? Maybe things were different in the 60s and 70s, and things are, I mean, there are lots of problems now. But I don't know, I think just saying that, we can respect those people, we can love them. We can know that that is coming from a place of love with an intention that's good for us, but sometimes it's not fit.
Yeah.
And we have to be able to say, that's not fit for me. And it doesn't mean I don't love you.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't mean I don't respect you. It doesn't mean I don't appreciate what you're trying to communicate to me or the ways you've supported me, but that's not a fit for me. And I'm going to need to explore something different.
That's beautiful. It's like, I appreciate you. It's like, but I respectfully decline.
Exactly.
That's what you have to decline. That's exactly. Every time, when mom's like, you should be a doctor. Mom, I love you. Respectfully, I decline.
Absolutely.
Okay, if you like that, you know what I'm saying? Like and share and comment.
Exactly.
I think that's very important too, and then the respect component, I think, is really important when you mention that, because you don't have to just like brush them off away, like, Mom, you don't love me.
Yeah,
like, get on my room, Mom.
It's true.
Like, they just think that's the best for you because of the context that they know. They always like. That's another thing too. They could be your mom, your best friend, your brother. They're not with you 24/7. The person that's with yourself 24/7 is literally yourself. Yeah. So you know yourself the best, and it takes time. Like I said, I'm sure my 12-year-old self in Indonesia would not have made the same decisions, Yeah. And we're also like, we talked about it earlier in the episode about the constant evolution of things. We as humans are always evolving. Yeah. And especially I feel like artists are always evolving because we're so curious. Like we talked about earlier, the asking the why. And absolutely. And especially if you're in a lot of disciplines, just like our friend over here. She's in everything. Every discipline that I know. Everything that I know. It makes
me feel kind of undisciplined.
Hey, that's deep. I feel you though. Podcast, acting, everything. Dancing is a fun one though. I do. Maybe I'll have to get back into it.
Yes.
It's hard. Absolutely. Though. It's hard. I get nervous when I dance.
Okay. So I have feelings about that.
Oh, tell me.
I feel like whenever people say I can't dance or I'm not a good dancer, I feel really sad because I feel not like that person's not a good dancer. I feel like we as dancers have failed. And then we as dancers, we're like, well, how come people don't value us? How come people say we're just like for entertainment? Well, my question is to us as dancers, like, have we made ourselves relevant to our community? Have we made people feel welcome in our circles? Do people feel like they have a space with us? Like, if not, then like, maybe we need to do a little work.
Wow.
Because I don't think people should walk around the world feeling like they don't know how to dance or they can't dance. Right? Yeah. Do you want to study a certain discipline? Then there's rules and there's things you're going to need to, techniques you're going to need to work on. But everybody can dance. Everybody can dance.
Even you, Timmy. I know you're watching. You better like the Patty Show podcast. Stop playing, Timmy. And I like that a lot because, like I said, I went to university where it's mainly white, So there was a lot of people, a lot of my friends that were like that too. Like, oh, I can't dance. I'm white. I can't do this, whatever. But I think, like you mentioned about the whole community thing, my friends that, like, I don't want to sound messed up, but objectively, maybe not the best. Like, they're not going to win a competition. I love you guys. You know who you are. I'm not going to say. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Some people, But they have the love and the smile to still, like, do everything, every move.
Yeah.
Combined. Maybe it's not the best technically.
Right. Exactly.
But it's okay. It's about having fun while you're dancing. And when you're in a club, do your thing. You don't have to be in perfect rhythm. I'd be like, I didn't even think about that. Sometimes people get so embarrassed because there's people that are actually good dancers that look at them funny, and then that impacts you as a person because you're like, oh, I never want to dance, or I never want to sing. That's another one too.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel that too with the singing. I'm like, I used to be a worship leader at church, so I used to sing a lot. I'm a little shy now.
So did you sing a lot in that context?
Yes. Yes.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I did, but I'm not. Like I said, I'm not the best. I would say.
I think it's beautiful though.
But it was a transformative time. It also helped me realize that I love presenting and hosting, because it was like you mentioned about how your different disciplines would come together. It was like that. I'm like, I'm literally in a stage guiding people to do something, sing along with me, or laugh with me, or cry with me, or whatever it is. And I realized, wow, everything's just come in full circle. That's why when you said that, I was like, this is so profound. I'm like, I'm learning about myself right now. This is like my psychiatrist over here. I was like, I should call her back. Oh, sorry, this is a different episode. Different episode. But speaking of partners, though, husband, how did y'all meet? What's the origin story? How do I find my wife? That last part we can figure out later. But
my husband and I, first time we met, he was actually on tour.
Oh, rock
star! We were in Hawaii, and I was very young, so we were both young. I had just finished high school, and he was in college, but we didn't. He was on tour, and I was part of this, group of people, including my dad's organization in Hawaii, that were hosting. So we just kind of met in passing, and the funny thing is, we were at this party, and not that kind of party. Calm down. It wasn't that kind of party. It was like an Indonesian party with a lot of food and people, sitting on the floor and telling stories.
Oh, that's it. I missed those. Those are funny. Yeah. Get the banana leaf somewhere.
So we're sitting in this party, and I look out the window, and my sister was sitting with this musician, and I was like, oh my gosh, that musician is my sisters were very young at that time. And I was like, oh, that guy's cute.
Oh, okay.
I like to sit with him.
Yeah. I'm trying to play some music as well.
Right, exactly. So I just thought that. Fast forward 20 years, I'm looking through his photo album in Bali. We're married. We have 2 kids.
Yeah.
Right? We've been living together now for years. I'm looking through his photo album, and I see a picture of that party. It is him sitting there. I was like, oh my God, I was checking you out. And I didn't even realize it was him. You got to be careful what you put out there in the universe. Got to be careful. But we always laugh about the fact that I didn't connect that guy I was kind of checking out the window. I was looking out the patio window, and that ended up being my husband many years later. And I only realized it because someone had taken a picture. And so it's funny. We ended up being in the same group. He was actually teaching, and I was one of the members of the group. We were actually housemates. Each of us was seeing different people at the time.
Oh, wow, that's the tea. I like that. I like that. It's like a sinetron over here. Like a soap opera.
And then we had both broken up with our, respective partners. And we had gone grocery shopping one day.
It's always grocery shopping.
It's always the grocery shopping, you guys.
Always, see?
He's carrying these bags of groceries from Safeway into the house. And I was like, oh, I love the way I feel with him. I was like, I want to feel this way with my husband. And I was like, wait a minute.
She's like, I just caught myself. I just caught myself. Hold up. What?
So it was funny because I thought that, and I was like, well, no. You never feel the same way with any 2 people, right? You only feel that way with that one person.
Yeah, of course.
Like, well, what does that mean? Because we were just friends at that time. There was nothing going on. I swear. Despite what you guys might think.
I know.
There was nothing
the grocery store.
But yeah, so we were really good friends for a long time. We were housemates. We were good friends. And the nice thing about that was there was a very high level of trust. So there wasn't any dating, and there wasn't any
the game.
There was no game playing.
What do they call it? Like the cat and mouse.
Oh yeah. There was none of that. There was none of that. So anyway, yeah. So by the time once we decided that we were like interested in each other, we decided to get married within 6 months because we knew each other. We had known each other for years.
That makes so much sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're like, you guys are basically married at that point. You know, like,
right. Yeah.
Let's not, let's not take our time too much.
Let's not let somebody else. Like,
swoop you away in another grocery store.
Yeah, no, you're not going grocery store.
Grocery store.
You're not going grocery shopping there.
You're not going over there. That's where you find the sugar mama. That's generational wealth. Wait a minute. I have an idea. This is where I'm finding
We'll be back.
We'll be back and find the sugar mama. Well, let me ask you this then. You said 20 years of marriage, huh?
27 now, almost 28 years.
Wow.
Yeah. See, I literally could be your mom.
Wow. Wow. Okay. How do you guys make it, I guess, that long without, killing each other?
Oh, I mean, trust me. We've definitely had our moments. We definitely have. And I can't say that I know like the secret because we literally every day still, even now, are just figuring it out. And I think for me, there was a point in our marriage when I realized that I was trying to make our marriage what I thought a marriage was supposed to be.
Okay.
Right? How do we get that idea? Other people teach us that, right?
Movies,
either from movies, exactly.
Or
like, and
friends,
everybody knows that is not real.
Yeah.
It's not real.
And even if you see like your friends or families, like relationships, you only see them in the brightest of bright. You're not going like, unless you're doing like sleepovers every night.
Yeah, you're not going to hear them having the argument about how you're spending your money.
Where's the pickle jar?
Exactly. Like, why did you leave the toothpaste uncapped again?
Yeah.
Or the toilet seat up. Or okay, we're not going to.
All this stuff. Sorry, bro. We'll cut off. Toilet seat, remember that. Put it down. Exactly. The toothpaste, remember, recap it or get the one that can open close easily.
Exactly, just get that one.
That's the tips right there to not get into fights, so she doesn't kill you.
But like when you realize you don't have to make your relationship anything other than what you two can agree upon.
Okay.
Because even getting the two of you or the two of us to agree upon what that was, like that's already challenging. Like, don't let other people get involved in that because that's just a quagmire, like how can you make there's no way to make everybody happy ever anyway, much less in a relationship, right?
And this goes back to like what we were talking about earlier about the, our family and our friends that think they know the best for us for like career path or 100%. Whatever. Like in the end of the day, it's like the more opinions you have, the more of a headache. It's just like you mentioned, the whole it's just like a gobbledygook of I think you should do this. I think you should do that. It's just everything.
Exactly what it is.
Two people is already a lot to deal with. So try to, I guess one of the biggest things might be just try to keep it in the house. Those ideas of whatever it is that you guys want to do, whether it's like career moves or like family plans, you have more kids and more kids or.
Oh no.
Okay, good.
No, that ship has sailed. We are very content with our kids.
I'm just trying to play my Japanese drums.
Exactly.
I'm trying to play my Japanese drums in the island. This is her personal paradise. La, 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 la.
It is exactly.
Now let me ask you this. Okay, I have a friend, right? It's this single guy.
Asking for a friend.
I'm asking for a friend. Single guy, right? He's approaching his 30s. Pretty
it's a good place to be.
Yeah, really, approaching his 30s, hasn't been in a relationship in let's say like 6 years, something like that.
Understandable.
And he's building his career. He feels like he's in a good spot in his career and wants to build with somebody. How would he find a partner that is perfect for his kind of lifestyle? Because it is a busy lifestyle, but he knows it could probably benefit from having a partner that's also ambitious and passionate as well. Like how would that person find that partner? Maybe any recommendations?
Well,
asking for a friend, of course.
Yeah, asking for a friend. So you can tell your friend.
Yeah, tell
on burner phone number 3.
Number 3 is that one right there?
That one there
is right there.
First of all, I don't think there is a perfect partner. I think. This is like a wild opinion. But I've lived a few years on this earth, and I do think that there's not one perfect person that we build our life with. I think that we can make it work with it could be this person. It could possibly be that person. Maybe it could be this person. So I don't feel like we have to go into a relationship thinking this is the one, right? But maybe you go into it thinking like, okay, I'm going to put my best effort in, and I'm going to hope that this person is going to put their best effort in, and we're going to be honest with each other. We're going to work hard on this relationship. We're going to be willing to compromise. We're going to understand that sometimes that person is not going to be able to be present for us in the way we want to. But, you know, I'll be able to be open about that. You know, like, how are we going to build the relationship? I think that's key. And I think it's really, you know, when we look at relationships like in media, it's so very, I feel like it's so unrealistic. You know, the idea that like, ooh, like you're attracted to someone and then like, ooh, there's some conflict and then, oh, you resolve it and then everything's done. Yeah. No, like the conflict goes on and on and on and on. It gets worse. Yeah, it's just like constant. It's just different kinds of conflict, right? So I would say, you know, that's been helpful for me, thinking of it in that way. Now, in terms of how you meet people, I used to be very skeptical of people meeting online, to be honest. But honestly, I know people who have been married for years now with people who they met online, and they seem very happy.
What app specifically? Asking for the friend, like I said. Christian Mingle?
I think whatever seems like the app that speaks to your life, right? Then those people will be there. I think that's, I feel wild. Like, it's crazy to say that, but I think that, you know, I definitely have seen people have very meaningful relationships that began through apps. Now, of course, the traditional way would be like being active in some kind of community or being active in like either you're taking classes or you have a work environment where you meet a lot of people, or you're like, my son's in a run club, you know, do you play sports or things like that, or like hiking clubs or things that are, or acting classes or, you know, theater groups or things like that, that are people that have similar interests. Like, that's also something that's nice too, because then you have something you kind of know that you're going to connect. Yeah,
there's going to be some form of connection that way.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I feel like you do, it's hard, right? Because when you're building your career, you have a lot of energy focused on that. And, you know, meeting people also requires energy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It requires time. It requires you to have some space where you can like let somebody literally have some of your time and have some of your energy. So I do think, you know, at a certain point in our lives, we're like, okay, this is becoming more of a priority for me. I'm going to need to make myself available for it. And I feel like when we begin to put that out in the universe and be like, okay, I'm open to this now, I'm willing to make some sacrifices for this to work out, then I think that doors will open and people will walk through them.
Wow, that's great. I'll tell my friends.
Tell your friends.
Yeah, tell my friend. Great advice over here. Be polygamous. That's what I got from it.
That's literally not what I said.
What she said was, there can't just be one partner.
I didn't say multiple partners all at the same time.
Well, you know, I'll tell my friend, you know, maybe he has to even say.
Okay, I should clarify. Yeah. No, what I mean is I think we put a lot of pressure on like, oh, we have to find one. You know what I mean? And then I think it's really hard because you put that on any person you're going on a date with, right? Is this person the perfect person for me or not? Like, who's going to come out of that looking great? Like, maybe they will. And I've heard, you know, like when that happens to people, right? But maybe that person's already in your circle. Maybe you already know that person.
My friend, you should check your circle.
I mean, it's possible you already know them. I already knew my husband for a long time before.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, it's all
for years we knew each other. So,
wow. Thank you for the dating and marriage advice.
For your friend.
For my friend. Thank you so very much at the end, you know, of Patty Show Podcast. Oh man, the dating world. It is different nowadays. I think also with the whole online sphere.
Yeah, what is that like?
Oh, it's a jungle. It's crazy.
It seems like it might be kind of crazy.
Yeah, my friend though, that I don't think I told you this yet, but one of my best friends proposed to his girlfriend. They did meet on a dating app, like a Christian dating app. Yeah. So that's why I'm also like, oh, maybe it's possible.
Yeah.
You know?
See, it is possible. But I have heard that it is kind of a jungle.
It is, because there is like, I mean, in general, like social media and anything online, like,
that's crazy.
You know, people randomly follow you. You never know who these people are.
It's true.
Because that's another example of like, they put the best of the highlights.
Yeah.
You know, because like in person, you can't fully hide it.
Yeah.
Online, you can. If
you
never meet them, you will never know.
Airbrushing, Photoshop.
Exactly. Yeah. And then also, and then they could be like really nasty people out of nowhere. Like, you could literally put the best version of yourself until you meet them in person. You're like, oh, she is like this and that, or he's like this and that. You know, so it is a slippery slope. But I like how you mentioned that whole being like available with the energy and making that like, I feel like sacrifice is a bad word, but in life there's always sacrifices. Like you mentioned, when you're a mom, it was a sacrifice, but it's something you enjoyed. You know, like
absolutely.
You're grateful to be a mom. You know, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the heart, like you also said earlier, so you got all these little tidbits over here about just, what is it called? I forgot the name. Kind of what's the word? I'm thinking of the word. I lost my train of thoughts. But making those different sacrifices, I think it's an empowering thing, because the harder things in life are like worth getting. You know, if you want something that's super ambitious, you can't do it you can't do it easy. Yeah. There's no way. There's no way. Like, you learn all the dancing and everything.
Maybe it's not maybe it's like an investment. Right? Maybe you're investing your energy and your time in this relationship. Just like you have to invest it in any kind of training or in any professional development, you have to kind of invest that time and energy into the relationship and be willing to take some risks, you know. And I think if things don't work out, it doesn't mean that was not a worthwhile use of your time or energy. It just, you learned something in the process. But yeah, maybe it's like an investment, and it is empowering, I think, because you're choosing to make that investment. You're choosing to prioritize that in your life, and that's beautiful. It's an amazing thing.
Make those choices. That's the main thing right there. Make your choices. And I'm curious about this choice though. When you were in UC Berkeley, okay, you studied anthropology, right? That's amazing. I love anthropology, one of my favorite classes. But you minored in Spanish and Latin American literature. Tell me more. So how did you make that choice? That's really unique.
So I was raised in LA.
Oh, there you go.
Right. And we all know, you know, this was part of Mexico. I mean, so basically Spanish is, I think of it as like the first language of Los Angeles.
It probably is.
Right? I mean, maybe it's the second language, but I feel like it might be the first language.
It might be, to be honest.
And so I was really raised in this environment. I had a lot of really close friends who were Latin American growing up. I spent time in the Dominican Republic, just a short time. Yeah, it was short.
I love the Caribbean, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's so amazing.
All the Caribbean, oh man, shout out to all of them, you know, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, all of
so
wait,
incredible.
How long were you there for?
I was there just a short time. It was just like a month and a half, but I was 16.
That's life-changing.
It was a life-changing moment.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Like over the summer or?
Yeah, there was like an exchange program.
See, I need to do more of these right now.
It's true. No, it's true. And so again, it was really hard because I couldn't understand anyone speaking Spanish.
And they're fast. When they
like, people just saying like, how are you? I'm like, huh? I was like, this is terrible. Because like I had always done well in Spanish classes.
Yeah.
But it's not the same. And that's when I got introduced to like merengue and salsa.
Oh yeah, merengue, bachata,
it's so good.
And then the food too, everything plantain.
It's just like
mofongo,
right.
all that.
Plantains. How do you make a plantain taste like that?
They make everything like I don't know
beans, just like black beans.
I know,
how do you make black beans taste like that?
What kind of magic are you guys doing over there?
It's crazy. So that was a pivotal time. So kind of Mexican, especially because we're in LA, but a lot of Latin American culture, but also, you know, Dominican Republic had an important part of my growing up. But that's just kind of like where I grew up, and I had always loved Spanish language and Latin American music. And I have to say, I learned so much from my Spanish and Latin American literature professors too, about creativity and about thinking differently and expressing yourself differently. So it was amazing. But I was in class with a bunch of kids who just spoke Spanish all the time at home. So I was like, oh Oh my goodness.
That must have been so challenging.
It was
I can't
so
imagine.
challenging. They could just just be in this college level discussion about this book and that I had struggled to read.
Está el baño?
Exactly. But Latin American literature, oh my goodness. It's just, it's amazing. It's beautiful. And like, even if you can't read it in Spanish, reading it in translation is incredible.
No, I just love that whole culture because, even though I say Connecticut's not diverse, I did end up being in a place in Connecticut that was more diverse.
Nice.
So it was like, you got a lot of the Haitians, the Jamaicans, the Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Salvadorians, Brazilians, a lot of Brazilians. So that's how I learned about the different culture from my friends. And then I used to date a Puerto Rican girl too, Jamaican girls. Well, diverse, I tried that.
Yeah.
But that's how you learn quickly the languages from, if you fall in love.
That's 100%.
I did go to Puerto Rico twice, once for like a week and then another for like a month. So my Spanish is really bad though. It's rusty.
Good enough, apparently.
Oh no. Oh, she knows. But I mean, I also Spanish though. Like, it's such a beautiful language. And
it's so beautiful.
I love how the alphabet is so similar to Indonesian.
Right?
It's literally the same thing. ABCD. Like, if you just keep saying it how it is.
Whenever I try to tell people how to say my name, I'm like, just pretend you're speaking Spanish if you know how to speak Spanish. But
no, seriously, right? That's the thing, because Indonesian, like, it just rolls off the tongue to the R, rolling the R, similar to like Spanish, and
all the vowels.
Exactly. They're like, wait, you speak Spanish? I'm like, I can pretend like I do because it sounds very similar, sing-songy too. Everyone's like very like passionate when they dance.
Yeah,
so much overlap and great food again. Also, But who has the best food in the world? What country has the best cuisine? What's your take?
Oh, I don't think that's a fair question to ask somebody. I mean, well, what am I going to say? What am I going to say?
Oh, let me ask you your favorite food then.
Can I give 5 answers?
Damn. Let's do 3.
Okay.
Narrow it down. 3.
Well, obviously Indonesian and Japanese food then. But then, of course, Mexican food. Well, there we go. That wasn't that hard, actually.
What about dish
but
from
Korean
each of them?
Food too.
Korean. I know it's hard. It's hard. What about dishes from those 3 different
okay.
cultures? Yeah.
So
I want to know. I'm so curious, actually.
So I don't eat beef, right? Which is weird when I say that I really love rendang, because when I grew up, my dad would make this amazing rendang. So my brother actually made me a chicken rendang.
Really?
Yeah. That was used chicken. You just cooked it the same way. But now I don't eat chicken either. So I'm just like, so I just use the spices with like tofu and things like that. It's not quite the same. Or jackfruit.
Oh, I love jackfruit. Yeah.
So I just cook jackfruit for like forever and ever and ever, and then you cook it in the spices. That texture is
so nice.
So good.
Oh my God. So you're a vegetarian now?
Well, I'm kind of a pescatarian. I'm going towards vegetarian, but sometimes I just need like a little bit of protein or something like that.
For like
just like
shrimp,
just exactly.
Little shrimps, okay,
like crawling on the
ground. No, I'm vegetarian too, and I'm like, if I eat like 1 or 2 things, it's not a big deal. I think the main thing is like the whole intention behind it.
Yes. Absolutely.
And then I've had some people that are like, there's meat in this. I'm like, what are you trying to prove, bro? Like, okay.
Yeah, calm down.
Yeah, like, come on. It ain't that serious. Like, I'm not,
Yeah.
It's because also this is another hot take. I hate when people preach that the whole like veganism, that vegetarian, like, oh, I'm better than you. I'm like, bro, the whole concept of like veganism is like, we're all one community.
Yeah.
So why are you hating on me if I'm taking at least?
That doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. Like, I feel like if everyone would at least maybe take out 1 meal that has like meat on everything.
It's not that hard, really.
Yeah, it's better than having everyone that's completely vegan, because that's impossible. Some people they just love how it tastes. It's just hard. I can't. I'm not.
No, but I think you're right. Like, I think 1 meal is doable.
Yeah.
Like, why not? Like, because
easy.
then you'll try something new and something different.
And that's also why, like, when I've been vegetarian since 2018, maybe 2019, 2018.
Wow, that's impressive.
It's kind of crazy. Yeah, time flies. Yeah,
that's impressive.
So I tried. That was the first time I ever tried lentils.
Okay, so what do you think of lentils?
I love lentils.
Yeah,
it's delicious.
Yeah.
And then you can make it into like a meatloaf patty. Not a real patty, real
Do you have like a cook show recipe? part of the.
I'm not the best cook, to be honest with you, but we'll maybe I'll slide my recipes out there.
Yeah.
Recipes with Patty, you know. Maybe I'll write a book. That's how I'll get my money, actually.
That'd be good.
Then I'll have a fourth phone.
Well, especially because you're a trainer, you know what I mean? Like, you know how to train the body.
Yeah, so she knows. Look at that.
So,
she knows. Did research on me now.
Oh, heck yeah.
But yeah, lentils I didn't try until I became vegetarian, which is crazy. I think the first time I ate a lentil was like 19 years old. I shouldn't. That shouldn't be it, right. You know. And then I'm trying to think of another, like just so many different foods that like you would never touch if like.
Yeah.
Because growing up we used to eat just so much meat, and then also the Chinese side we would eat so much pork and all that stuff, the lapchong, all that other good stuff. My mom's Manado, so it would be like also babi richa, all the oh man, I mean the spices are good, but I can't. My spice palette now is not good.
We've been here a long time.
I know, very Americanized. I'll tell you that much.
I know. When we go home, it's kind of embarrassing.
I know it's so bad. I'm like, because my favorite Indonesian dish has to be like ketoprak. I love ketoprak. Like even before,
that's so good.
I know. Yeah. Even before I became vegetarian, I just loved it because the peanut sauce. Because I do love a good satay ayam, but I realized the thing that I like about it was the sauce.
Yeah.
It has that like, if you guys have never tried it, it's like has that like nutty peanut flavor from the peanuts, and then the spice, a little sweet from the ketchup mayonnaise, the sweet soy sauce. So it's like
sweet and salty. And like. It has everything. Like the right kind of oil. You know what I mean? Like
that's it. Oh my god!
Right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like you feel a little guilty eating it, but not guilty to the point you're like, yeah. And then with ketoprak, it was like a salad basically.
Yeah, so basically you're eating salads.
You got tofu. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Garu has even more lettuce, so you want to put more. And then I think there's another one too. I forgot the name of it.
Pecel?
Yes, pecel. Yeah, I need to go back. This is my sign to go back to Indo. And
go eat some good Indo food.
I know. Is there any good Indo restaurants near you that you recommend?
Actually, my brother and I were just talking about going out to Alhambra to. Is it called Borneo? Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
I think it's called or Kalimantan. No. I forget what it's called. It's either Borneo or Kalimantan, but it's in Alhambra. We'll have to get the information on that. Yeah, also, Simpang Asia.
Oh yeah.
In on the west side. I think they have 2 places now. And then satay. When we had food from
right? Didn't we?
Mr. Satay.
Mr. Satay. I think that's in Culver City. I had that one too.
That was good too.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
So we're getting out there.
I'm just spoiled though because New York Indo food is actually really good.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's really good. Because I don't know why, but there's a lot of Indos over there, like in Queens. Like I
was gonna say Queens because we went to an Indonesian restaurant in Queens. It was good.
Yeah, I can't even remember all the names, but they're just so good. Like. My favorite is the tempe mendoang, that one, the tempe one. That's so
I love tempe.
Good. Tempe also, that's another one. Like you gotta have to try more. Tempeh. It's so good. Like the protein is amazing in that, and then like it's also fermented, so great for the gut microbiome. Look at that personal trainer Patty right here.
Yeah, personal trainer. Patty.
And if you want the full package, at Patty Setiari Fitness. Okay, so you put in my plugs out there.
You should as well. You should.
You do a lot of stuff, okay? So the Hawaiian, man, we're going through the whole life stuff. Associate Director of Gamelan, what's the name of this one?
Sudamani.
Okay,
that's my Sudamani shirt. I'm wearing Sudamani
that's
shirt. That's
perfect timing right here. So what
there it is.
Do we know what this means?
It says Sudamani.
Oh my God, I'm blind.
No, because it's made to look like Balinese
that's
letters.
So cool. And then what's the middle end?
This is I think my husband drew this. So there's a gong.
That's so cool.
And there's a person playing probably drum.
Oh, that's cool.
And then these are like probably trompong or reyong. They're like bronze gongs. And that's a mallet. There's another mallet. And there's a lot of leaves. Oh, this is a metallophone.
Wow.
Probably a gangsa.
That looks like a xylophone.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a variation?
It's like a xylophone, but made with bronze rather than with wood.
Wow.
And then a lot of floral stuff.
That is so cool.
Yeah, so this makes it a
So Mr. Associate Director. 1997?
Yeah.
So wow.
So I was 1 when I started.
Two. We'll be done. Wow, you're a child prodigy. Prodigy, right?
So actually, honestly, I haven't been super active in the day-to-day of Sudamani recently because I've been here in LA. But also, one of the reasons that we can do that is we have an amazing group of youth who are now these young adults who are just amazing.
They're taking over, doing it. Wow.
Just incredible musicians and dancers and teachers and very dedicated to the community. So Sudamani is, it's a school essentially for music and dance in Bali. We're based in Pongosekan in Ubud, which is, Pongosekan is the southern part of Ubud. And we have music and dance, and there are multiple like classes of kids studying gamelan there, and multiple classes of kids studying dance. And people study traditional music and dance, but also once you kind of have that foundation set, people also study new music and new dance, and then also create new music and new dance.
Really?
Yeah. So one of my nephews, Dodewi Jaya.
Yeah, shout out. Ooh.
He's like incredible. He's become this very well-known composer. So my husband is the founding director.
Yeah.
And our nephew is just like skyrocketing in prominence, and is an amazing composer. My husband's brothers, my brothers-in-law, are also incredible musicians. One of them has his own group. A couple of them play with Sudamani as well. But just like an incredibly talented family. And then Sudamani like rehearses in our home. So when my husband and I got married, before we built a home for ourselves, we built a place to rehearse music.
That's so funny. Wow.
It was, we literally didn't have a place.
There. Yeah, you're like, we could starve, but at least we're going to play music. Exactly. We'll be happy, you know?
Yeah. And before we got married, we founded this group. So like priorities were found the group, make a place to rehearse, and then we can get married and have kids. It was like that order.
That's good though. Like, it goes back to the question about my friends. You know?
Exactly, your friend.
You know, working on that stuff before jumping the gun.
Yeah.
You know, that's wow.
It was. I mean, I feel like, well, and the good thing for us was our kids were raised in that group, which is an incredible thing for a child to be able to grow up in a gamelan group, or grow up in. I think there are many different kinds of traditions where people, I think folklorico groups here are probably like that. Hawaiian halaus are like that.
Okay.
I think a lot of like Bharatnatyam or Kathak schools are like that, where it's like a family, and you have all these aunties and uncles and cousins, and you just are connected to each other for life. So I feel very fortunate that my kids grew up in that. So it was also like laying the foundation for our family, and they grew up in that. And yeah, it was a lot of like work and a lot of crazy sacrifice.
Oh, sure, yep.
And I feel grateful that I can still be connected to that, but that there are amazing people who are like helping to run the day to day. My mom is also over there.
Ooh.
Thanks, Mom.
Shout out, Mom.
And yeah, so there's a lot of day-to-day stuff. My daughter is helping to run summer programs.
That's awesome.
She's an amazing dance teacher and choreographer. So it's beautiful to see like this next generation of people coming up. And we've toured a lot internationally, but really the most important work that Sudamani does is in Bali. It's teaching children and youth. It's providing a space for people to create work, to experiment, to explore. And also a way for us to honor our teachers, our ancestors, but also senior master artists come in and teach our senior artists. And it's just a way for us to learn from the masters and really respect where we came from.
And keep evolving the culture. And
Absolutely.
Culture and wow, that's amazing. And you said in Ubud, right? Over there? I love Ubud.
Yeah.
Very peaceful. Very peaceful.
Yeah.
Area.
It's kind of trafficky now.
Oh, it's everything.
So you have to go when it's not high season.
I know. It's when's the last time you've been back to Bali?
It has been 3 years. It's been a long time. Yeah, I need to go back.
I need to go back too. I think it's been 2 years for me. We'll meet in the middle. I love Bali too much. I'm telling you, that's my place. I love it.
Yeah, Bali is beautiful.
Where's your favorite part of Bali though? Neighborhood wise?
There are two places. One is my home, or in Pongosekan. Because it's very open and we have a lot of plants and trees. So I love our home. And the other place is in Tabanan. It's a place called Tunjuk. Oh, it's like rice fields, musicians who are also farmers who own their own land and like farm rice fields for like miles. You just can walk for miles. And it's not only beautiful there, But it's incredible, like as an American and living in Los Angeles, where we really struggle with this whole idea of home ownership. I mean, just getting back to the reality of being an American, right?
Yeah.
So many people can't afford to own a home here. So like to be in a place where we're with a farmers who are amazing musicians, composers, dancers. And then you go out to the rice field with them and you're like, so like, where's your rice field? And they're like, so, and it's just like this huge swath of area. And they're not like living some crazy, they're not driving fancy cars, right? They're not wearing fancy clothes. They don't talk like fancy people, but they know how to grow food. They own their own land. They're healthy. They have community. They have the arts, right? Like that's a different kind of wealth than what we often think about here. And I love that place because it reminds me that this kind of craziness that we are accustomed to, especially here in Los Angeles. I mean, I love the grind. I'm not saying I don't love it. I'm here because I love it, right? Yeah. But also, we can forget that there's another way to live. There's another way to be wealthy and to be happy and content. And it's so important for me personally.
Yeah, no, like I said, like you mentioned with the hustle and bustle, I love it. That's why I moved here too, you know, because it's inspiring to be around people that are like grinding, doing their thing, doing all the different passions. But it's also nice to know that there's the other side of it, of the peacefulness in the rice fields or like near the water. I'm more of a water guy, so I love, when I was in Lovina, it was beautiful with the little dolphins.
Lovina's so beautiful.
Gorgeous. That was the first time I did like what's it called? Snorkeling. I remember putting my eyes into the water. Oh, the camera does not do it justice. Yeah. Everything's incredible. Just like crystal clear. Yeah. Like you see the little fish, like I was like flying around, but I guess I'm moving around.
They look like they're flying.
Yeah, no, they're so fast, just moving around.
Yeah.
And also love Uluwatu because baby surfer over here. You know and also party animals. That's why. That's why. But yeah, it's just like that whole like peacefulness I miss. We might have to plan a trip now. Right. You know? Now your people will talk to my people.
Exactly.
I'll ask my producer.
Exactly.
Which is just me. So I'm gonna have it's an easy yes if I have the funds in the bank account, you know. But yeah, no, shout out to Bali, shout out to all the people out there and all the talented people.
Yeah.
Speaking of talented, you did have a lot of roles, but one that I'm very I didn't realize you were in, Icing on Her Cake.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize you were there with our cinema inclusion buddies, you know, Cedric and all of them.
Yeah.
That's so funny. You were playing the mom?
I was the mom.
Yes. I was like, because now I'm recounting when I watched it, and I was like, I do recognize. I was like, wait a minute. I'm telling you, like, I was talking to my brother about this. All the Indonesian, like, acting community.
Yeah.
We're just like, you know, because like cool. Amanda played my brother's wife. For
that's
example,
right. That's right.
And then obviously me and my brother played brothers in a movie, and then I'm like, wait, that's so trippy. So my daughter was married to my brother. Wait a minute, this is so peculiar. So
it's amazing. I love all of the like young Indonesian writer, producer, directors all the coming filmmakers. Up. It's incredible.
So like biased, of course, because we worked with them in Indonesia. But
we love you guys.
So talented. There's too many to name, but you guys are so inspiring. And some of them young. I was really like, well, I think I moved here when I was like 25, and then some of them I met, they're like 19, still in college.
You're
I'm
like, what?
And you're already doing like 3 films back to back with this, that. I'm like, oh my goodness. That's the hustle and bustle that's like really inspiring and amazing. Like,
yeah, and I have to say that when I moved to LA, I was just talking to my brother about this. Like you kind of have this idea of what you want to do, right? With acting or with your whatever, your career, your life. And I kind of thought I knew. I mean, I know what I wanted to do. But what I didn't, I mean, you can only decide what you want to do based on what you know. Right?
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. So if you don't know something, you don't even know that you could want to do that.
That's
right?
True.
So when I got down here and started like meeting all these young Indonesian and Indonesian American or Asian American, filmmakers, writers, directors, I was like, what? And it was so meaningful, profoundly meaningful, to be part of bringing these stories to life.
Yeah.
And, we talked about this on set too, like how these stories, the way they're written, the words we say, they're real words that have been said in my family for sure. Like even the kind of harsh ones.
Yeah.
Right? Like I had some things that I was saying, I was like, oh, I've actually said that before.
It's like, did someone watch me? While writing?
Yeah. And sometimes I would feel like when we would cut, like I could feel like the writer or the director was like kind of feeling the moment, because the intensity of it, it's intense when it's real, right? And I think it speaks to why it's important for us to be creative, to be creating the stories, the words, the scene, the shot, It's really important for us to be in there and actively doing it. And it's really kind of like reshaped what I feel is important for me as a human and as an actor. Like being part of telling these stories is extremely meaningful and powerful. And it wasn't even something I knew existed before I came down here.
I know it's so beautiful, because it's one thing like if you have an all Indonesian cast, but then having the writer be also Indonesian or Indonesian American or whatever, it's like, wow, we've really stepped, like everything is just evolving in the best way possible. And I love how like people still keep the culture too, like having because shout out to my boy Max, for example. I love how like that now he's learning Indonesian more and more and like embracing his culture even more. I love that.
That's amazing.
That's what the new generation just keep doing. I feel like I'm old saying that though. New generation.
The new generation.
New generation. I'm like, but I mean, I feel like I am the oldest of 6, so that's why I feel like I'm a grandpa.
You're a big brother.
I know, yeah. So I feel like I'm a dad sometimes, But my sister, 10 years younger than me, always calls me Unc. The TikTok term. I'm like, I'm 27. You better relax now. Haiti, oh man, you ain't getting Christmas presents no more. But yeah, I don't know. I just love that the new generation and the generation before that, like just it's all working in the best way possible. Like teaching everyone that's young, like, hey, this is how we do it, and then they put their own spin on it. It's a beautiful thing that we would have never thought would be possible because it's just a mix of everything, and that's what this like art is just about, just mixing every single thing. And I think art is very important in life. Doctors are important, don't get me wrong, lawyers, do your stuff, firefighters, but artists, man, unsung heroes out here. Because I was talking about it with my brother, I think it was yesterday, because my boy John Cena, he's retired. It was his last match yesterday. That's my hero. I used to dress up like him a lot. I had a book project, 5th grade. We had to like do a written report about someone that we looked up to, and he had a biography. Surprisingly, I was like, thank God, because I didn't want to do a book report on someone else. Like those historical people. Like,
oh, that's nice. You could do it on that book.
Yeah, so I did it on that book, and then but how the project worked is we would have to come that day, talk about our hero as them. So I had like the jean shorts, the hat, and I was like this with the shirt, cute little chubby patty, with my paper title belt and everything. I know. So hustle, loyalty, respect, the 3 pillars of John Cena. But yeah, he, that art form really, I know it helped me during dark times. Like I think I mentioned like the bullying and stuff looking different. But me liking wrestling like connected with my bullies, surprisingly, and it was just like, wow, how this art, like sports entertainment stuff, brought these people together. I'm like, we really need more of that, because there's too much BS in this world. The news is too depressing, Really, but that icing on the cake thing, that was amazing. Great job on that one.
Thank you.
You were in full service as well.
Yeah.
Party goer.
I was a party goer. No. But it was kind of like a background thing. But it was the first time I had been on a set where the majority of people, all the actors were Indonesian. I'm trying to think if everybody in that scene.
I think so. Yeah,
I watched some of it. Everybody in the whole thing was Indonesian.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was like, what?
Which was like, it never even occurred to me that would be happening in Los Angeles. And that was really fun. So yeah, I loved that. And it was, the quality of production was great. And the story was I loved the story as well. And I'm kind of like a serious person. So I love that story had like a lighter touch to it, which was wonderful. But yeah, that was, I'm so proud of our like Indonesian.
Yeah, I love the range of like storytelling too. Like, it's not like the stereotypical stories like, oh yes, go to school for this, whatever. It's like now there's like love stories, like, you're transported into a different era. It's like historical, so it's like more and more stories. I feel like by 2030, there's going to be so much out there, and we'll probably be in all of them because, like I said, the community is so tight. We'll eventually we'll play another role of, I don't know, this is my cousin, or we're business partners in another storyline.
That could definitely happen.
That'd be a funny one. Real life business partners.
Yeah,
kind of show to be continued. And of course, we were in our short film together. Amazing one.
Yeah.
But you also worked on like Raya the Last Dragon as well. Tell me about that whole experience. What? I looked at that, I was like, what what did you do? What was that whole experience like?
It was a pretty amazing experience. I feel very grateful for that. That actually came to me through one of my dance students, Rika Traxler.
Oh, Rika.
She's a beautiful dancer. And she had worked on Moana. She was a costume consultant for Moana, which also I love.
That's amazing. Yeah.
And they came to her and they're like, hey, we're doing this piece on Southeast Asia. Do you know anyone Indonesian? And she's like, oh, I got some people.
I got you.
And so it was kind of surreal because she sent me this Facebook message and, I'm kind of like, okay. And I'm always like late responding to my messages. And then I opened it. I'm like, what? And then I thought it was like a scam.
Oh, yeah,
I thought like someone was, I didn't know, I thought someone had hacked into her account.
Yeah, and then I'm like, what is this?
And then, but it wasn't, it was her. And it was an incredible process because I got to work with, I was not sure, the producer and the directors and the heads of story and the writers and the animators. And it was, they were incredibly respectful and thoughtful. And so we were part of a team, like we were the story like consultants. So we had someone from Thailand, someone from
that's awesome to go represent
Cambodia, so also cool. From Laos, us from Indonesia. And it was different, people consulting on different aspects of it. But I remember, when I told my kids about this, my son said, Mom, Disney is that company and all the stories they make, like the child is super rude to their parent and they're like, Dad, you're wrong. I'm going to go off and do it. And then they go off and they prove that their parents were wrong and they come back and the child is like victorious and the parent is wrong. He's like, that's what that company makes, right? I'm like, I never thought of it that way. But I actually talked to them about that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I said, my son thinks that I shouldn't be working with you guys because you might be a bad influence on our family. I mean, of course I didn't say that, but
internally we were saying.
Yeah, but like I thought maybe that they would be annoyed by that. But I thought it would be good to just be like, hey, look, this is really a conversation I had with my family. That the stories that Disney makes do not reflect how my children feel they have been raised. I mean, they were young at that time. They were like young teenagers. And I'm like, and for someone that young to notice that all of the stories that this company has made do not reflect the things you're teaching me, Mom. Like, why are you going to work with them? What's going to happen? Right? So I really kind of held on to that and felt like, okay, that is our truth. That is what my child has said to me. Like, be aware that what this company has done previously might not be what you think to be true or to be important. And how are you going to navigate that? So I just was like, you know what? I'm just going to be honest every time. And they were incredibly open. They came to Bali. They took gamelan lessons. They came to our village, sat in the temple on the floor. Like, these are like big directors, Disney, Hollywood people.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
I was like, you're going to have to wear these clothes. We ordered them the clothes. We got them dressed before they came to temple. I was like, you're going to need to sit on the ground. You cannot stand up and walk around. We'll find you a spot. You need to sit there for 4 hours. You won't see it. They're like, okay. They were incredibly respectful.
That's awesome.
And there were some, we were able to be in before the story was finalized. And, they, showed us what the storyline was going to be. We got to see the sketches of the final scene, and they were like, okay, this is what the scene is. This is what we're thinking of. What do you think? And it was incredible to be in on that process and to sit in that room at Disney and be like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm here at this table with these people. Literally, we're sitting at the table, right? And I just felt like I had to remember that my responsibility was to be truthful, and to have the courage to speak, and not, my job was not to agree with them on everything. It was to listen to their ideas and to give them honest feedback. And I was really nervous about that because we're kind of trained to not disagree with people a little bit, right? But they were incredibly open. There was one scene, like in the beginning, where Raya's little girl Raya's like going into the temple. Yeah. And she takes off her shoes. And the first version of that, it was one of the first scenes they animated. And I looked at it, I was like, no one would take their shoes off like that going into temple. They're like, what? I was like, that's a very disrespectful way to take off your shoes. Because in the original scene, she had like kicked off her shoes. And I was like, I was like, you would not walk in the temple kicking off your shoes. And they're like, well, what'd you do? I was like, well, you would take them off neatly. And so we actually did multiple videos of us taking off our shoes.
Wow. Oh my God.
And like I was like, well, if you're going to the temple, you would try not to touch your shoes with your hand. And so they had to kind of like think about the type of shoes she was wearing, and like, how do you place them? How do you take off your shoes without touching them? And the detail of that kind of thing, I was so impressed by how seriously they took that kind of thing.
Wow, that's very detailed. Taliti, Taliti. Yes.
And some of the fight scenes, I think, we did some, I did some, it wasn't motion capture. It was just like video of some dance stuff, including facial expression. And when I go and I look at those fight scenes,
wait a minute.
It's like, she's like, oh, and like, Balinese dance is fierce. It's fierce. Facial expression is real, right? And I feel really excited that, like, I feel like when they're fighting, they're like,
they're wow.
So I love that about that.
Oh my God, that's an amazing! Wow, that's such a unique opportunity, and wow, you must have had so much fun, and you poured all that passion there.
Yeah, I was so. I mean, of course, the team was. It's incredible to like realize the person you're talking to is the one who drew Moana, or the one who drew.
That must be like
all of Big Hero 6. You're like, what? They drew me a picture. He drew me a picture for my birthday. It said, "Happy birthday, Emiko," and it was a picture of Moana. I was like, oh my, I couldn't believe it. Anyway, so that was John Ripa.
Damn, shout out to them. I'm glad you had a fun time. But I think it's also because of the energy you brought,
Aww,
you were, like you said, true to yourself. And like we were talking about with the whole cigarette commercial example, Yeah. Like, it'll pay the bills, but is it something you truly believe in, you know? Like, you don't want to do commercials of, I don't know, what's another bad thing? OnlyFans commercials. Yeah. We don't judge, but if you don't, I don't have an OnlyFans just yet, but it's getting hard out here nowadays. Yeah. And LA is expensive.
Yeah.
LA is expensive.
It is expensive.
LA is expensive. I can't even lie to you. Yeah. Let's get to our talking points. We went all over. Like I said, that's why I'm glad you're here, because it's a lot we could talk about. Talking point 1 on passion. Very passionate person over here, as you can tell. Play sparking creativity. Okay. What playful activities revive your passions when you feel drained?
Okay, well, first of all, I have to say, when you talk about play, I was like, oh my gosh, because I was raised that like discipline, hard work, like those things were really important. And I actually feel like, I don't know if other people feel like this, if this is other Asian Americans feel like this, or was just me, but I kind of felt like playing was for kids. And being responsible, being hardworking, those were things that like adults did.
Putting your head down.
Exactly. It's just like grind through it. So like I've had to work on allowing that to happen. Is your question, what are playful activities?
Yeah.
Okay. And so because of that, most of my most playful stuff is like I have to be by myself. So, you know, those TikToks of the guys who come in, they close the door and they start like dancing around their house. That's literally me.
Oh,
literally, that's me. I mean, and
that's
I'm a dancer, right?
Yeah.
But like, I get like really silly and like I turn on music. One of my favorite things to do is turn on like some kind of like Latin American beat or some like, you know, something, and like do Balinese dance or like do just movement with it. And it makes me feel really happy. But I because I'm always worried about being judged by people, right? I always do it when I'm just like at home by myself.
So no one can judge me?
No, can't judge me.
Maybe the bunnies though?
Yeah, Bunny is there.
How many bunnies do you have? Bunnies?
I just have one bunny.
Oh, okay. Also, what's the difference between a bunny and a rabbit?
A bunny is a rabbit. A bunny is like a pet name for a rabbit.
Oh, okay. I was trying to learn. I didn't want to be canceled from identifying them as wrong. Especially now that, you know, we are in LA. I don't want to.
Gotta be careful.
You know what they identify as. So how long have you had your bunny?
For about 5 years.
Oh my God, so cute.
She is one of the sources of my great joy. And like I have a whole personality around her that doesn't exist with anybody else.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah.
That happened to me the other day when I was training in the morning, you know, 5 a.m. clients, all that.
Ooh.
One of my other clients, she came in. I see her walking in, right? And I'm like, it's so early. I'm like, is her shirt moving? It's a puppy on her like harness system right here. Cute little, like 3-month-old. Because she needed to get like a shot or something, so that's where she was taking her. And then I'm like, one of my other trainers, he had hit the puppy on the little harness, and then I ended up having the puppy on while training my clients out to my clients out there.
Yeah.
It was so joyous to see it. I was like, oh my gosh, little teddy bear. And then right when they're gonna leave, my other trainer, my boy Chris, also an actor as well, my boy. Super tall, used to be a basketball player guy, my brother out there from Texas. And I'm like, oh, where'd you go? And then I see in the corner of my his head turn like, wait, that better not be Patty. And he was just clowning me. It was so funny because I just like, you know, I don't talk like that normally.
We have a different personality.
But he was like, what in the? He was like genuinely shocked. Like, what in the? I ain't never heard Patty say it like that. And I was just laughing because it was just a funny thing.
Yep.
And then later, fast forward, after like we were training some other people, he like FaceTimes his girlfriend. So, I love you, baby. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. Who's the soft one now? You know, but I thought it was just a funny moment.
That's so funny.
You know, animals and loved ones can get you all mushy gushy. You know,
it's true.
Shout out to all the pets out there. I do love my pets. I feel like that's the animal life. Is that why you transitioned to more like pescatarian, vegetarian? The animals?
100%.
Yeah.
Okay. It 100% is. It is the only. It's really the only reason. I mean, environmental reasons too.
Oh yeah, of course.
Of course, but yeah, that's the primary reason.
I think also like I feel like no guilt eating a block of tofu. Like,
yeah, you know, exactly.
I'll eat the tempeh. Give me that banana. Give me that strawberry. You know, that's a better fruit. Give me that banana. That sounds crazy out of context. Don't clip it, Mom. Don't look at this. Okay, but yes, I know the podcast just got canceled. But yeah, no, like the guilt aspect, I just don't, you know. So yeah, that's really cool that you're on that wavelength.
I am, yeah, I'm definitely. I actually feel, you know, there's just like every day, you want to feel good about the little or big things that you're doing.
Absolutely, it all stacks up, you know, compounding whatever it is, you know.
Yeah,
just like movements. Our next talking point on pleasure, joyful movement. Okay, what's a playful workout that you love doing? Okay. You mentioned the dancing.
For sure, the dancing. For sure. Like, that's pretty regular for me. The other thing, this might not sound joyful, but honestly, I love yoga. And
Namaste.
Yeah, I go into many, I mean, of course, dance. I mean, I should say there's nothing more kind of sublime for me than dancing with other people, especially in Bali. There are times when you're dancing in a temple.
Wow, that must be so spiritual, like that.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes there's not like a human audience per se, right? You're dancing for the ceremony or for the spirits, for the gods, or for your ancestors, and so you're not really concerned about the humans. So you might not be wearing like fancy costumes, you might not be wearing makeup, but you're dancing. And like, to me, there's just something that is like, it's because then it's not about like dance, like, look at how good I am, right?
Yeah.
It's about like moving. It's
yeah.
like a spiritual offering.
It's for yourself.
Of yourself, your spirit, everything that is like good about you, you're doing your best to be there. And I love that.
For the love of the craft.
Yeah, I love that.
I love that you mentioned that, because I think of it, the parallels to like, even like this podcast. When I started, it was like maybe my mom would watch and some friends, whatever. But I just genuinely love it, connecting with people that, like the fact that I didn't know you last year is so, like,
That's
6
crazy.
months ago I didn't know you.
I know. That's wild,
now,
right?
Like I said,
that doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, it's actually weird. Like, the one thing about, wait a minute,
yeah.
I feel like we've known each other forever.
That's what I feel like
the whole bond and connection. But that's why I love it too, the craft of it. I don't care if there's 1 million views, but if there is, keep liking. But like, just the love for the craft and the game of it. Like, even for like, I've been more consistent with posting my like fitness TikTok stuff.
Yeah.
And like, sometimes let's say I only get like 100 views, but that's a lot. If I can help 100 people, if I can help one person with one advice of how to get more steps in, or how to wake up early, 5 a.m., it's a beautiful thing. And you kind of have to reframe that in your mind, but it goes back to the mind part and why you're doing this. Back to the whys. Why are you doing it? Are you doing it just for the fame, the clout, the money, or are you doing it for like, I genuinely enjoy this, and I think it can give value to other people and myself.
Absolutely.
So maybe we got a dance break. That's what you need. Dance in a random room with your rabbits.
Yeah,
there
that's
you go.
right.
That's the tip right there.
100%.
Final talking point on positivity, lightening the mood. Okay. What's one playful ritual listeners can try today? A ritual.
So I would say one of two things that I would say for me, it always comes back to music or dance.
Okay.
And well, okay, if you have a pet, I would say, of course, play with your pet. I imagine people who have pets already do that, but sometimes we get busy.
Yeah.
So I would say if you have a pet, for sure, then
chase the rabbit.
Would be just like playing with your pet,
and it's actual movement.
It's actual.
I mean, I was telling you earlier, I got out of breath when my little pup Cody, he's just jumping around. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. No, because it's another being, right? And they also will benefit from you playing with them. So I would say if you have a pet, that would be number one for me. If you enjoy movement, I would say, do the thing, turn on the music, and then just like dance. And some people like to like dance in the mirror. You can see yourself. Yeah. Some people just want to dance in the living room, space, and I would say just like give yourself the space and love to do that. Don't judge yourself. Don't worry about what other people would say. I would definitely recommend that. And or also sing in the car. That's my other thing.
Karaoke.
Singing
karaoke,
in the car.
Yeah. And another tip too. I don't know if you saw my Alexa. Oh, make sure she doesn't hear me. It's my girlfriend. The Alexa Dot thing in the bathroom.
Oh yeah.
You know what I do.
Yeah.
Jamming them tunes, start singing.
Yeah.
And then since the shower head is running, no one can hear you.
No one can hear
you. And if they do hear you, let them join along.
Then they're just lucky.
Exactly. I like that. They're lucky to hear your voice. Do you have a go-to karaoke song then?
Well, honestly, I don't do karaoke very much. I just like sing along in the car, or I like sometimes we have actual pieces that we're recording or something like that in studio. But no, I love a lot of different kinds of music. A lot.
Is there one? What about one song right now that people wouldn't know that you would recommend them to sing or listen to?
Okay, well, I have been really trying to learn all of Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show.
Wow, I didn't know she was a gangster, guys.
Yeah, I don't know all of it yet. I'm working on it.
Well,
that might be unexpected.
That is very unexpected. She's like, yes, gamelan, traditional Indonesian music. and hip hop, hardcore rap. Let's go. Shout out to Compton. You know,
exactly.
Represent. She's really LA native.
I am LA.
She's LA. Represent.
That's where I'm from. I'm gonna say LA.
Wow, you have all the diversity, right? You know,
that's right.
The street, you got the little Mexican code. Wow,
that's right.
This is this is a blessed time. You know, I'm so grateful that you came on the show.
Oh,
we could have kept talking forever.
It's so
be honest
great to be here.
You.
I'm honored.
A second part, maybe in Bali, would be fun.
Yeah,
that would be you know, I'll be there. Just let me know. You know, anything else that's coming in the future for you to tease?
Well, okay, so being on the podcast is making me think of the podcast I have been working on, and and this project is taking me too long. So now. Well, today will have to make me move forward.
We will hold her accountable, and I will especially hold you accountable every day. If you need me, Fabian, podcast question.
Podcast, exactly.
Exactly. Not even good morning, just podcast question mark.
Yeah, because I love writing, and so my husband and my daughter and I recently finished our first kids book.
Yes, congrats! I did see that.
It was really fun.
What's the name of it again?
It's called Nyepi.
Oh, just
the Day of Silence.
Yes, the Day of Silence. Did you give a little teaser about that too?
That's the Balinese New Year is a day of silence. Mm-hmm. So the day before, there's big ceremonies, and you bring out these things that look like they kind of look like scary monsters.
Yeah, it's like a Thanksgiving parade. Yeah, you know, the New Year Thanksgiving, but then now
they're like scary
monsters, and they're massive.
They're huge. Yeah,
crazy.
And they're handmade. You make them yourself in your village, and then so those are all the different like dark things that live around us, but also within us. And then you give offerings to those on the night before, and then you politely say, "Hey, look, we brought you some treats. Now can you go back and sit like by your rock or by your tree or wherever you live, and could you just take care of us?" So the idea that like something that is negative or destructive can actually become something that's protective is a pretty cool concept, I think. Yeah. And the next day, no electricity, no motorbikes, no cars, no really going quiet. Out, no airplanes, silence. I mean, not total silence, but in theory, you're supposed to be fasting, but I never do that.
Yeah. Silent enough. It's crazy. I mean, you I'm sure you've been there. Like when I was there, when it was happening, I'm like, this is trippy, especially since, you know, we always have our phones and we're overstimulated so much. Being in a day like that, and you're like, you don't even use motorcycles, you just
nothing.
Peace.
It's an incredible day. So anyway, that's what that book is about.
Oh, awesome.
But after writing that book, I was like, oh my gosh, I love writing kid stories. And I remember growing up and not having kid stories that were about people that look like me or like my ancestors or like my friends.
Yeah.
And so I've already written 10 episodes. Now, some of them are definitely like Western American stories. Like my favorite, not my favorite, but my first one is The Emperor's New Clothes. Because I feel like there's so many aspects of that story that are relevant. You know what I mean? That it's like it's a story that's symbolic in many ways. And there's also there are 2 Japanese stories that are in there, and then there's this Balinese story that's in there. So I'm choosing like kid stories that I love, but that as an adult now I'm like, oh, these stories have meaning, you know? Like even the 3 Little Pigs, which you think of as a kid story, but like if you think about that story, it's about like deferred gratification, you know what I mean? And about, I don't know, about family. There's so many things in these stories I think are cool.
Yeah, Tortoise and the Hare.
The Tortoise and the Hare.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Especially in like Hollywood, that the industry we're in, everyone thinks, wow, you're gonna get everything if you're super fast. Well, you see these 12-year-old, 14-year-old actors just getting all the roles, but then you don't realize the ones that are chilling.
Yeah.
Taking our time in a different path.
Yeah.
Go to the finish line too.
Yeah.
Our own way, own capacity.
I think there's a lot of wisdom in kid stories.
Yeah.
So that's what my podcast is going to be. It's going to be different kid stories, and I'm excited about it. But I need to just make it happen. So
I will hold you accountable.
Okay, yes, do hold me accountable for that.
Everyone on the Patty Show will. Where can we find you again? On Instagram and your website, everything?
So it's all pretty straightforward. My Instagram is just Emiko Susilo, which is EMIKO SUSILO. Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's the website.
That's the website too. emikosusilo.com. And my Instagram, Facebook. I don't ever use. I mean, I use LinkedIn like once every couple of years. I should maybe be more professional. I need to be more professional about that.
Well, we're so grateful, you know, everybody. This was a fun episode on the Patty Show podcast, which you can find us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. at Patty Show Podcast. My website, pattysatiati.com/podcast or pattyshow.podbean.com. Next episode is going to be a fun one. This one was such a fun episode. We learned so much. Now my friend can actually get married eventually. So I will thank you again with that. Usually we like to end with an arigato at the end. But let's do it with all the languages that you know. Thank you. What languages we got? We got English, of course.
Spanish,
okay,
Indonesian, terima kasih, and Balinese, which is matur suksema.
Oh yeah,
matur suksema.
Okay, I don't know if we're gonna remember all in order.
Okay.
Let's do English first.
Okay.
Spanish.
Okay.
Bahasa, and then Balinese.
All right.
And Spanish, actually, did we do Japanese?
Japanese, the last one. Yeah, we'll wrap it up with that.
Okay,
ready?
See. Okay, what did I say again? I said
English, Spanish, Indonesian,
yeah.
Bahasa Bali,
yeah.
And then Japanese. Okay, ready?
Okay, ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. Gracias. Terima kasih. Matur suksema.
And then arigato.
Thanks for joining me on this episode of The Patty Show. I hope you had as much fun as I did exploring the crossing point of the 3 Ps: passion, pleasure, and positivity. If you want to keep the Patty Party going, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and all social platforms at Patty Show Podcast. Share this episode and leave a positive review. PattySatiati.com/podcast, as well as PattyShow.podbean.com have got more of your Patty Show needs. In the meantime, keep passionately pursuing your personal paradise. Arigato.